had a couple of people ask me about this video this week that Superhuman did. He did some DEXA scans showing some serious muscle gains. He only gained 7.1 pounds of body weight. He lost, over the course of 8 months, he gained 9.5 pounds of lean tissue while losing several pounds of fat. I have formerly been enhanced, probably with some gear use.
So I just watched the video from Jason Blaha, who's basically accusing me of enhancing my physique because I went through an 8-month stretch where I gained 10 pounds of muscle and I lost 3 pounds of body fat, and I was documenting all of this for you guys with my DEXA scan results. So basically, I built a ton of muscle mass while I was shredding. How in the f*** did I do that without taking steroids? Or did I take steroids? So I just want to talk about basically how I built muscle while shredding in today's video.
A 10 pound of muscle in that 8-month window while losing fat, that's suspicious.
I respect Jason, he seems like a smart guy, and I just want to kind of reverse engineer all of the different things that I did throughout this 8-month stretch. Many of you guys may already know if you've been following the channel religiously, but I don't think I've been telling you guys everything. So let me dive right into it. Now, the first thing that I did, and it's all documented in here. In fact, around my house, I might have 30 of these laying around. I've kept them almost every single year since about 2013. And I know Brandon Carter also does this. We must have similar OCD genetics. But I do a really good job of tracking my workouts. I am borderline obsessed with tracking my workouts. And I wasn't doing this for a long period of time. So what happens when you don't track your workouts is you really have no gauge of how hard to push to actually get stronger on, say, the barbell squat or all the major compound lifts. So for example, I put a huge effort into tracking my lifts on all of the major compound lifts for every single muscle group. So barbell incline, dumbbell bench for the main lifts that I tracked for chest. Barbell squat was the main one that I tracked for quadriceps. And in fact, if you look at my DEXA scan, he didn't have my exact body graph. I gained the most muscle mass in my legs because I actually prioritized leg training for the very first time in my life. So that's one reason why I was able to build a lot of muscle mass. But basically, the overhead shoulder press, all of these major compound lifts that activate the major muscle groups the best, I was tracking in here. And I feel like you can't really look at someone's results and say just because I didn't have the same results that person is cheating, because I go in the gym, and this is not to brag or sound arrogant, but I just look around and I have this quote that I always tell myself. I think it's from The Rock, and he says, always be the hardest working person in the room. And that quote really means something to me, because if I see someone working hard, I try to just mentally look over at them, what they're doing, and I try to work harder. And that goes with tracking the workouts, because I gained about 60 or 70 pounds on my barbell squat during that stretch, because every single time that I would squat, I was obsessed with adding 1 rep or 5 pounds to my squat. So for instance, I started off at the start of that DEXA scan, I was only able to really squat 315 pounds for a couple reps. Now, by the end of it, I was squatting 315 for 10 reps, pretty close to 4 plates right now for the first time in my life.
Extra training that he talked about he incorporated isn't actually based on reality. The muscle damage theory is a hypothesis that a lot of experts disagree with, and I don't personally believe in it.
Another thing is I really focus on the eccentric portion of all of the major lifts. So I feel like most people ego lift when it comes to compound lifts. In fact, with shitty form, I can no doubt throw up 400 plus pounds on the squat. I can deadlift 500 with shitty form. But what I do is on these major lifts, you create more healthy micro tears. Say on the way down on the dumbbell bench press, you're going nice and heavy and you're going 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. You're creating more muscle damage and healthy micro tears by focusing on your form, on the eccentric portion on all of these major lifts. So that's 2 big things that I did right there in that stretch that I guarantee you most people aren't doing. Most people are not tracking their lifts. They're not trying to go slow and controlled on the way down on compound exercises. And they're not pushing themselves at a 9 or a 10 consistently in the gym. So Obviously, you know, I like to say that I'm superhuman. I'm not motivated to work super hard every single day, but I would say 8 out of 9 workouts out of every 10, I am busting my ass and training at peak intensity. Now, another thing that I do that I believe in so much, and this is what the balloon method training is all about, this is what my training protocol is all about. If anyone is natural and wants to get shredded and build muscle at the same time, this is what I tell them. Focus on getting stronger on all of the major lifts, all the lifts that I just said that I track. And then also, you've got to throw in intensity factors. Your body is an adaptation machine. I was throwing in a ton of supersets, a ton of T30 training, a ton of T45 training, which means 30 or 45 seconds time under tension. I do this a ton on my shoulders, on my arms, on the leg extension machine, on basically all the shaper exercises for a particular muscle group. I'm doing supersets and drop sets and maximum time under tension bodybuilder style training. So I'm basically training very similar to, say, like an IFBB pro bodybuilder while being natural. And for me and all the people that I've told to do this, they've just seen incredible results. And that's basically the epitome of the balloon method workouts. We have the progressive overload phase, we have the drop set phase, and we have the T30 phase. If you do that at maximum intensity and you track your workouts and you're at 100% intensity, you do that for 8 months, I fucking guarantee you all you guys would have similar, if not better results than me. Now, let's talk training frequency. Of course, I was nailing my workouts with intensity factors. It has been shown that training for more sets and with more frequency is going to increase your muscle growth. So I hit every single muscle group 2 to 3 times every 7 days. So I only have 1 rest day per week. I pretty much was in the gym 6 out of 7 days for 8 straight months. So I actually really enjoy steroid accusations because it just shows that my hard work is paying off, because I know at the end of the day, I'm working harder than 99.9% of people. Not that like that's a big thing and I'm bragging, because I have every right to work my ass off because this is what I do for my career. I own a fitness brand, I do YouTube videos, I'm the co-founder of Alpha Lion. So I obviously have major incentive to work my ass off and have a respectable physique. With that being said, I would never take a shortcut in life, because I feel like the type of people who take shortcuts are the type of people who take shortcuts in everything. Like, we built Alpha Lion. I had no social media followers at the time when we built Alpha Lion. I had just started this YouTube channel. I had like 1,000 followers on Instagram. So we built Alpha Lion, myself and my business partner Jordan, from the ground up, literally grinding our ass off. So I literally had this body transformation around the same time as really building Alpha Lion, and I just love working hard. At the end of the day, yes, like there are days when I hate my life and I probably grind my face off, but I love the journey and I love working my ass off day in and day out, and I can go to bed at night, I can lay my head on the pillow, and I know that I will have no regrets when I'm busting my ass in the gym and outside of the gym.
He only gained 7.1 pounds of body weight. He lost, over the course of 8 months, he gained 9.5 pounds of lean tissue while losing several pounds of fat.
So I'm not gonna, bore you guys with all the details of my diet, because I have a lot of videos on the channel about it. And I plan on making a lot more videos on my diet. I literally just uploaded my full day of eating video. I'm doing a 75-day shred series on the channel. So I'm gonna link to that playlist down below. But the moral of the story, I guess, the punchline of the video is track your shit and understand the science that goes into your training, the science that goes into your diet. I spent so many hours just researching things. It wasn't until about a year ago that I even knew that increasing your training frequency was so major. I thought that if you just hit every muscle group once every single week, that was all you needed to do. But research shows hitting a muscle group 2 to 3 times per week. Obviously, that was a huge catalyst. I didn't know that going slow and controlled on heavy eccentric portions of compound lifts was so important until like a year or 2 ago. I implemented this. So the devil is in the details, guys. People who are natural, that have a great physique, and I just want to share all the details with you. So that's my response to the steroid accusation. So please give this video a big like, share it with anyone who is accusing me of taking steroids, or anyone who just doubts that anyone can build muscle and burn fat at the same time. I really appreciate all the support on this channel, guys. I'm gonna keep on uploading 4 to 5 videos a week. And if you're new here, make sure that you hit that bell next to the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys on the next video.